Hello and welcome to the Battle for States, a show where we bring you all the political updates of the day pegged to the 5 state elections. I'm Tanima Biswas. Today, our focus is on Rajasthan. Rajasthan goes to vote on November 25th, and with only 4 days to go for the polls, both BJP and Congress have launched their biggest faces on the campaign trail. In fact, Rajasthan is seen as a direct contest between BJP and Congress. Prime Minister Modi is in Rajasthan and addressed multiple rallies today, attacking the Congress on corruption, dynasty politics and on appeasement politics. Rajasthan is known for its revolving door governments where the ruling party is voted out every 5 years. So the BJP is hoping that anti-incumbency becomes the major sticking point for Gehlot government. In fact, just a short while back, Prime Minister Modi led a mega roadshow in Jaipur. Addressing an election rally earlier in the day today in Rajasthan's Karoli, Prime Minister said that Gehlot's days as the state CM are numbered.
इसलिए जनता ने भी ठान लिया है कि अब कांग्रेस को वापस नहीं आने देना है। मेरी बात सही है, मेरी बात सही है। कांग्रेस का जाना तय है, विदाई पक्की। हमारे कांग्रेस के जादूगर साहब अब कुछ ही दिनों के लिए सीएम की कुर्सी पर है।
कांग्रेस पार्टी का एक ही मिशन है, परिवारवाद। मोदी जी ने चंद्रयान को लॉन्च किया, सोनिया जी राहुल जी को लॉन्च करना चाहती, मगर मैं तो कांग्रेस वालों को कहता हूं एक ऐसा यान है कि सोनिया जी 2015-14 से 20 बार लॉन्च कर चुकी है, लॉन्च ही नहीं होता है। ये परिवारवादी पार्टी है कांग्रेस। वो राजस्थान का परिवारवादी पार्टी है, वो राजस्थान का और देश का भला नहीं कर सकती। ये देश को सुरक्षित नहीं कर सकते, राजस्थान को दंगा मुक्त नहीं कर सकते, राजस्थान को भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त नहीं कर सकते।
Right, and I'm joined by my colleague Harsha Kumari Singh, who is tracking the elections very closely and has, of course, covered this state for many years now. Harsha, thanks for joining us. First up, we saw Prime Minister Modi's mega roadshow just a short while back. Multiple rallies that he's been addressing over the past couple of days and even today in Rajasthan. So, Prime Minister, of course, as we've seen in several other states, is the main campaigner for the BJP. Do BJP insiders feel that this is the strategy which will help them? It's worked out, of course, in some states, but not in others. Rather than projecting a CM face in Rajasthan, go with the plank of Prime Minister Modi being the main face for the party.
Well, yes, I definitely think that they have very consciously and strategically decided to go with this, even if it costs them a few seats. Because remember, there were critics in the party who said that if you don't have a CM face, then you will lose out, especially if you don't have Vasundhara Raje as the CM face, you will lose out. But I think the insiders of the BJP tell us that they've decided that even if they lose a few seats, it doesn't matter, they're still winning. That's what their perception is. And they're willing to take that risk because they want to create a narrative where the PM is the supreme leader and then whoever they want will become the chief minister. Now, just to give you a sense of this, if you see, I'm here at the Prime Minister's roadshow and he's going to come to this temple behind me and do Aarti. This is the temple where the bomb blasts had taken place here, just right in front of this, the bomb blasts had taken place. The BJP has made it an issue that the people who were accused of this bomb blast have been let off by the High Court for lack of evidence. But if you see the old city, and my cameraman can show you all the way down, that you can see the way people have lined the roads to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So clearly, if he is the face of this election, he is the crowd puller, and the BJP is definitely working on that, working on projecting him. His roadshow in Jaipur today is very strategically designed. The Prime Minister has covered probably the length and breadth of Rajasthan. And today, it culminates in Jaipur, the heart of Rajasthan, from where this roadshow is happening. So the eye is not just on the seats here, where the Congress, remember, in the last election made considerable gains. But the focus is very much all of Rajasthan, because Jaipur is the capital city. So very, very clearly, PM as the face, and the PM is just about approaching, and you can hear the kind of, the kind of reaction from the crowds. So definitely the magic of Modi, the BJP is hoping will work for them in Rajasthan.
Harsha, because you've covered so many, I mean, even including today, the rallies today, which the Prime Minister addressed, is corruption one of the main planks that the BJP is using as its strategy to address Congress? I mean, there could be numerous issues, but we have seen in Chhattisgarh as well, of course, they have gone after the Baghel government, making corruption the main plank. And is that something that you see being repeated there in Rajasthan as well, as far as BJP's strategy is concerned?
Well, definitely yes, because remember the ED has in fact reached out right to the Chief Minister's doorstep. So there is an ED summons to his son, there's an ED summons to Party President Govind Singh Dotasra, and it's very, very clear that in the paper leak case, the central agencies is definitely, the message is that somewhere or not, top people in the party leadership were involved in that. So very, very clearly, corruption is an issue.
Right.
Issue.
Right.
Which is there.
Right, Harsha, stay with us. We'll also talk about other news developments taking place in poll-bound Rajasthan. Now, the Congress there, in fact, has released its manifesto for the state elections today. Amid the host of promises was the promise of a caste survey in the state. More jobs for the youth at Panchayat level, law to benefit gig workers, more English medium schools were among the other promises. Continuing with party's bid to woo women voters, Congress has also promised 10,000 rupees aid to all women head of households. Right, so if we can just take our viewers through some of the top promises made by Congress in its manifesto. As I mentioned, those two, the caste survey and the aid to women heads of households. Then there's also promise of creating 10 lakh jobs over the next 5 years. Cooking gas cylinders at rupees 400 under the Ujjwala scheme. There's also promise of ensuring more women's safety with CCTVs and additional police presence. There's also, for the farmers, promise to legalize MSP and low-interest loans. And the Congress has also promised to make the old pension scheme a law, 150 working days under Manrega and urban employment. Right, and as I mentioned, the big faces are all out campaigning for both parties, well, whether it's BJP or the Congress. And my colleague Harsha Kumari Singh spoke to Congress leader and former Deputy CM of Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot, who's known as CM Gehlot's bitter rival. Pilot, though, said that they are united in their efforts to retain power in the state.
This is on the campaign trail with Sachin Pilot. Well, he really is in some senses the heartthrob of this election. Crazy kind of audiences, big fan following. Sachin ji, huge crowds. I've never seen this kind of energy that I've seen for you.
I think young people are quite energized and the party is doing well. The campaign is going also quite nicely, and I think I'm quite hopeful that we'll have good results.
Yeah. I think somewhere you are the huge youth connect for this campaign. Who are the voters who you see who really connect with you?
I think I had the opportunity to be the Congress president of Rajasthan for almost 7 years. So I was able to galvanize a lot of workers across the state. That plus I've also been able to travel quite a lot. So once you have personal sort of connect and an emotional bond with the workers on the ground, I think that creates an energy that is difficult to describe. I think a lot of that is helping us now in the campaign that we are conducting. And young people, the farming communities, and I think all across people mistake Rajasthan as a caste dynamic state. Communities are important, but largely it's about the societal interfaces. So we have farmers, young people, army people, ex-servicemen, older generation people. So if you have to win an election in a large state like Rajasthan, we have to carry everyone together. And I've always attempted in my public discourses to engage with a cross-section and not limit ourselves to one community or one region or one aspect.
I think a lot of people have tried to, the ones who are not your political opponents have tried to make you seem like just a Gujar leader.
Well, I mean, when you can't find faults in something else, you have to find something. I don't blame them. Opponents will oppose. That's their job. But I remain focused on what I want to do is help our candidates win. We've never won elections back to back in Rajasthan. We were in power. We came down to 21 seats out of 200. And that was a huge loss. That's, I think, the worst performance in the history of independent India. And that's the time I was asked to become Congress president. And we really worked hard. Not me. All of us worked together. And we were able to increase our tally from 21 5-folds to 100. So that was a big effort that required a lot of hard work from all leaders. So our attempt now is to break that cycle of revolving door policy that Rajasthan has. It's a bipolar state. So I think we are well placed to repeat this government.
How do you think that's possible? How do you think you're going to break the revolving door of politics?
Well, a couple of things. There's a change of mood nationally also. If you see the Congress party, we won elections in Himachal Pradesh. We won elections in Karnataka, which are BJP-ruled states. It's a 10-year BJP rule in Delhi. There's a fatigue factor. A lot of, I think, underperformance by the BJP government. A lot of false promises. And in Rajasthan especially, I've seen the BJP not really a united house. There are lots of pulls and pressures and a lot of disaffection amongst the leaders and cadres in BJP. And more than 5 years being an opposition, I didn't see the BJP on the streets. They were just hoping that eventually our chance will come. So they didn't really try and become the voice of the people. All these factors lead me to believe that we'll be able to form the government.
I think everyone's asked you this question a million times, of course. I'm just going to put it differently. See, there's nothing wrong in being ambitious in politics. I mean, any profession you want to get to the top of the race. But nobody is ruling themselves out of the chief ministerial race. The CM has not ruled himself out. He said, "Ki kursi mere ko nahi chhodti hai," and you have said the party high command will decide.
I didn't say that. The party said that.
Yeah.
It's a long-standing tradition and practice of the Congress party to not have CM faces, to not declare a CM face, and that's true for all states going to polls. It's not just true for this particular state. Ideas for us to get a mandate. We are a national party. We're not a regional outfit with one face. We're a national party. We fight elections under the leadership of a leadership in Delhi, Mr. Kharge, Rahul Ji, Mrs. Gandhi. And once we get that mandate, then it's up to the leadership to decide and the MLAs to take a call as to who will occupy what positions. But first and foremost, without getting ahead of ourselves, and I think no one should do that, is first get the mandate. It's wrong to start thinking about CM's chair leaving me, not leaving me. First, we have to get people's blessings. And I always say this, it's the party that makes the government. Governments don't make parties.
But the general question for both the BJP and the Congress, do you think somewhere now the voter needs a face? I know that it's not a tradition in Indian politics to have a face either in the BJP or in the Congress, but when Narendra Modi fought that election, he was the face very clearly of the Prime Minister. And people, so it was like, you think that kind of a presidential form of electioneering like you have in the United States, you think it will work in India? Do you think the democracy has come of age?
There are two aspects to it. One, every party is free to take a call. You're not required to have a face, but if you so choose to do so, then that's your decision. It may have a positive or a negative fallout. But it's a parliamentary democracy. It's up to the elected members to decide who will lead them. That's been the practice and the trend for so many decades. In the Congress, we've always maintained that. The BJP chooses differently. One is free to make the decisions, but I think it serves the purpose better if you fight unitedly. You don't discount someone or you give someone an extra advantage. You fight on even keel, you contribute to the party, you campaign rigorously, and you fight on ideology and manifesto as opposed to individualism. And once you win elections, that's most important, because aap declare kar do aur chunav mat jeeto, then what's the point? Ideas first get majority.
So, the Congress model here, the social welfare model and the guarantees are actually something the Congress is replicating everywhere. Where do you think is the key? Is the key the youth and the women voter that the Congress is focused on? If you look at all the schemes, if you study it, where do you think is the key? Where have you got the pulse?
Simple key to all of this is delivery. If people don't feel you're credible enough to deliver, they won't believe you. And you have to make promises that you can deliver. There's fiscal management, there's economic planning, there's a commitment and a determination within the organization. And so what we've done in Karnataka, for example, is we've announced, got the mandate and we've implemented immediately. So people know कि ये लोग जो बोल रहे हैं वो करेंगे. And I think promises, anybody can make a promise. But when someone knows that this particular party has no chance to win, you don't believe those promises. It's because of a history and track record. And I believe that once you make a commitment, it may be a less grand of a commitment, but you must fulfill that commitment. And that's why Mr. Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi ji and all of us believe that हम जो कहें वो करना है. So Rajasthan में we've delivered because what we promised in 2018 in our manifesto, we worked on those issues. Today we have a new agenda for next 5 years and people believe what we say.
Personally for you, Tonk is a challenging seat. I think a lot of people say it's a safe seat. But what are the challenges in Tonk? And look at the number of independents who are fighting in Tonk. I mean, I think there's somebody's plan to, have you, to hold you, don't let you take off from Tonk.
ऐसा नहीं है. I won last time from this constituency by the highest margin ever since independence. And so people's blessings are with us. We worked hard in that area despite many challenges. And I'm quite confident that the party will again get a very handsome mandate from Tonk. We've campaigned, Rajasthan is, polling is on 25th. So we had time after Madhya Pradesh finished. So we've campaigned rigorously. Priyanka ji is here, Rahul Gandhi ji is here, Kharge ji is here. All of us are campaigning different parts of the state. And I think our campaign is much more strategic, much more coherent and is much more pointed.
Now, Harsha also spoke to Union Minister and BJP leader Gajendra Singh Shekhawat. Shekhawat cleared the air on why he isn't contesting against Ashok Gehlot and how the BJP is not projecting any CM face in the run-up to election day.
नमस्कार. आज एक खास मुलाकात में हमारे साथ है गजेंद्र सिंह जी शेखावत. गजेंद्र जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच. आपने समय निकाला है. बहुत कैंपेन हेक्टिक है. गजेंद्र जी, राजस्थान के चुनाव में कुछ ही दिन रह गए हैं. आप तो चुनाव लड़ नहीं रहे हैं, लेकिन लोगों में इतनी उत्साह है, लगता है कि जैसे आप ही चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं, क्योंकि आपने एक तरह से पूरी तरह से कैंपेन में बहुत अहम भूमिका आप निभा रहे हैं. एक तरह से बीजेपी की सारथी भी हैं आप इस चुनाव में, वन ऑफ द चैरिटियर्स ऑफ दिस चैरियट. तो गजेंद्र जी, क्या मुख्य मुद्दे हैं जिसको लेकर, और हम देख रहे हैं कि बीजेपी अब पीक कर रही है टुवर्ड्स द एंड, खूब सारी सभाएं हो रही है, तो क्या ये कि डिलिबरेटली प्लान स्ट्रेटजी है कि लास्ट में बहुत ज्यादा सभाएं होंगी, एवरीवन विल कम हियर एंड एक तरह से एक हाई पावर्ड हाई वोल्टेज कैंपेन होगा?
देखिए, दो तरह के विषयों पर आपने चर्चा की है. पहला तो ये कि क्या मुद्दे इस चुनाव के होंगे. मैं लगभग पिछले 30 साल से ज्यादा समय से राजस्थान की राजनीति को, राजस्थान के चुनावों को बहुत गहराई के साथ में देखा, समझा है और काम किया. सामान्यतया कुछ विषयों के इर्द गिर्द चुनाव हमेशा होते हैं, लेकिन इस बार का चुनाव पिछले 5 साल में वर्तमान सरकार, अशोक गहलोत सरकार के खिलाफ प्रतिक्रिया, जो विश्वासघात किसानों के साथ हुआ, युवाओं के साथ हुआ, महिलाओं के साथ हुआ, सामान्य उपभोक्ताओं के साथ हुआ, संविदा के कर्मचारियों के साथ हुआ, उस विश्वासघात से पीड़ित होकर के अपने साथ धोखा हुआ है ये मानते हुए सभी वर्ग संवर्ग के लोग इस वर्तमान सरकार को अपदस्थ करने, उखाड़ करके फेंकने के लिए पूरे कमिटमेंट के साथ में जुड़े हैं. ऐसा मैंने पहली बार देखा है कि पूरे समाज ही एक साथ सरकार को बदलने के लिए मुखर होकर के खड़ा हुआ.
सर, वो इतनी सारी गारंटी
मैंने 2014 का चुनाव भी देखा है, 2019 का चुनाव भी. दोनों चुनाव मैंने खुद लड़े. जब जनता माननीय मोदी जी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाने के लिए पहली बार और दूसरी बार मोदी जी के किए गए कामों के आधार पर मोदी जी को प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ एक बार फिर प्रधानमंत्री बनने का आशीर्वाद देने का मानस के साथ में चुनाव के मैदान में थी. लेकिन उन दोनों चुनाव में भी जनता इतनी वोकल नहीं थी. अब की बार मुखर होकर के जनता को, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सरकार में लाने और कांग्रेस को सरकार से उखाड़ने के लिए लगी है.
पर सर, ये कैसे है? क्योंकि हम देख रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस तो बहुत ज्यादा गारंटीज और सोशल वेलफेयर स्कीम्स को लेके आ रही है, वो उसी के बलबूते पे रिपीट करना चाह रही है.
देखिए, मैं दो बातें इसमें भी कहना चाहता हूं कि 2013 का चुनाव इसी तरह से कांग्रेस पार्टी सरकार में थी. माननीय मुख्यमंत्री अशोक गहलोत थे. उन्होंने सुनियोजित रूप से अपने आप को देश में मुख्यमंत्री नंबर 1 घोषित करवाया. सारे मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स, Maybe it is electronic media or the सोशल मीडिया, जितना कितना उस समय पेनिट्रेशन कांग्रेस का था, और प्रिंट मीडिया, इन तीनों पर बहुत शिद्दत के साथ प्रचारित करवाया गया। फिजिकल होर्डिंग पूरे स्टेट में हर गली मोहल्ले में लगाए गए। अनेक तरह की योजनाएं प्रारंभ की गई उस समय, फ्री बिजली की, फ्री चिकित्सा की योजना और फ्री टेस्ट की योजना और बिजली की योजना, अनेक तरह की योजनाएं घोषित की गई। लेकिन राजस्थान की जनता मानस बना चुकी थी। कांग्रेस 21 सीट पर सिमट करके रह गई थी। दूसरा विषय यह कि किसी भी सरकार को अपने फैग एंड पे, अंतिम चरण में इस तरह की घोषणाएं, इस तरह की लोक लुभावने वादे, इस तरह की फ्रीबीज पर क्यों जाना पड़ता है, इस तरह की गारंटीज अंततः क्यों देना पड़ती है? वो इसलिए कि वो सरकार ये जानती है कि 4.5 साल तक वो डिलीवर करने में फेल हो गए। तब उनको आखिरी पड़ाव पर आकर के इस तरह की लोक लुभावन घोषणाएं करके अपनी खिसकती हुई जमीन को वापस बचाने के लिए प्रयास करना पड़ता है, और ठीक वही अशोक गहलोत सरकार ने किया। लेकिन क्योंकि किसानों के साथ इतना बड़ा धोखा हुआ था, युवाओं के साथ इतना बड़ा धोखा हुआ था, और एक बार धोखा खाए हुए लोग राजस्थान में, जैसा हिंदी में कहते हैं कि दूध का चला छाछ को भी फूंक मार करके पीता है, अब की बार विश्वास करने को तैयार नहीं था।
तो जोधपुर की अगर हम राजनीति की बात करें तो आपके सामने एक तरह से पावर सेंटर है जोधपुर। चीफ मिनिस्टर अशोक गहलोत वहां से लगातार जीतते आए हैं, और बहुत चर्चा थी कि आप भी उनके सामने चुनाव लड़ेंगे इस बार, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं हुआ।
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में ये निर्णय करना कि कौन व्यक्ति किस दायित्व के साथ में काम करेगा, ये संगठन के एक स्तर के लोग, पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड में तय होता है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी एक ऐसा दल है जिसकी विचारधारा प्रारंभ से है कि हमारे लिए देश प्रथम, दल द्वितीय और व्यक्ति तीसरे पायदान, अंतिम पायदान पर आता है। देश के हित में क्या है और दल के हित में किस व्यक्ति की कहां उपयोगिता हो सकती है, ये निर्णय पार्टी के वरिष्ठ लोग पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड में बैठ करके करते हैं और लोकतांत्रिक तरीके से करते हैं। मेरी उपयोगिता उन्होंने जहां पाई है, जहां समझी है, वहां मुझे वो उपयोग करेंगे। अगर विधानसभा में कुछ साथियों के लिए लगता था कि इनको विधायक का चुनाव लड़ना चाहिए, राजस्थान की राजनीति में उनकी आवश्यकता है, उनको उस दृष्टिकोण से चुना गया। आज मुझे केंद्र में काम करने का, सरकार में काम करने का सौभाग्यपूर्ण अवसर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने दिया है। कल संगठन ये तय करे कि मेरी आवश्यकता संगठन में है, शायद हो सकता है वहां मेरी कोई भूमिका हो सकती है। और इससे आगे बढ़ करके भी मैंने तो कई बार कहा है कि मैं जिस विचार परिवार से आता हूं, जिस परिवार ने मुझे पहले सीमावर्ती क्षेत्र में भेजा था, बाद में मुझे राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में भेजा, अगर परिवार तय करे कि आज मेरे जैसे किसी कार्यकर्ता का उपयोग समाज के किसी अन्य क्षेत्र में हो सकता है, चाहे वो सेवा का क्षेत्र हो सकता है, शिक्षा का क्षेत्र हो सकता है, जो है घर वापसी का, परावर्तन का क्षेत्र हो सकता है, वनवासी कल्याण परिषद का क्षेत्र हो सकता है, विद्यार्थियों के बीच में काम करने का क्षेत्र हो सकता है, ऐसे किसी भी क्षेत्र में जाने के लिए अगर वो मुझे उपयुक्त समझे, वो देश के लिए और दल के लिए हितकारी है, तो मैं इसी खुशी के साथ, इसी ऊर्जा के साथ, इसी उत्साह के साथ में, इसी मनोयोग के साथ मैं वहां भी काम करूंगा। क्योंकि मैं जानता हूं कि मैं जहां भी काम करूंगा वहां लक्ष्य एक ही होगा, और वो होगा भारत माता की जय करना। इसलिए जहां भी करेंगे भारत माता की जय करने के लिए काम करेंगे।
गजेंद्र जी, 2 बार उनको सीएम फेस डिक्लेयर किया, थर्ड इलेक्शन में ऐसा क्या हुआ कि वसुंधरा राजे को सीएम फेस नहीं डिक्लेयर किया है पार्टी ने?
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में जैसा मैंने कहा कि इन सब निर्णयों का एकाधिकार जो है वो पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड के पास होता है। पार्लियामेंट्री बोर्ड ने तय किया है। 3 बार से 4 बार से मुख्यमंत्री शिवराज सिंह जी थे मध्य प्रदेश में, अब की बार वहां भी फेस डिक्लेयर नहीं किया, तो मुझे लगता है कि बड़ा प्रश्न तो वहां होना चाहिए। इसलिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी में इस तरह की परंपराएं नहीं है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी में इस तरह का कोई लिखित अलिखित कानून भी नहीं है कि कौन कौन किस विषय पर, किस पद पर, किस दायित्व के साथ काम करेगा। अगेन मैं वहीं आ जाऊंगा कि जिस दल के और देश के हित में जहां जिस व्यक्ति की उपयोगिता होगी वहां उस व्यक्ति को दायित्व मिले। इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी में हम लोग सामान्यतया बातचीत में भी हम पद की बात नहीं करते, हम कहते हैं कि हमको दायित्व मिला है। इट्स अ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, नॉट द ऑफिस, what is being assigned to anyone.